for everybody for coming tonight on this wet, rainy night. Let me see, we need a motion to approve Mr. Housewright. He's not with us tonight to participate electronically pursuant to policy BDD. I need a motion for that. Allow Mr. Housewright to join us.
Make that motion.
Second. Got a motion from Mr. Sally, got a second from Mr. McConnell. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. All right. Items to add to the agenda, approval of agenda. I guess we sort of did that there and made that 2A, but unless y'all had something else to add to the agenda, approval agenda, I need a motion, please.
I'll make that motion.
Motion from Mr. Sally.
Second.
Second from Mr. Hood. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, approval of minutes. Our last meeting was November the 1st. Our regular November meeting is all we had this past month. Anybody's got any questions over our last meeting?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Mr. McConnell. A second from Mr. Hood. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, approval of claims. Anybody got a particular question over our bills this past month?
Yeah, I noticed two large bills there. Thought it was for the bus garage. I guess that's diesel. One of them was adding oil and.
Yes.
Well, I thought, I want to check, make sure.
Our fuel prices, they started to come down a little bit, but 6,000 and 7,500 gallons of diesel, it adds up in a hurry.
Anybody got anything else? No, I need a motion for approval of claims.
Make that motion.
Got a motion from Mr. Sally, got a second from Mr. Hood. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, public comment. Does anyone wish to address the board at this time? Flying along here. All right. We got some good stuff to go over now. We'll hand this over to Mr. Ferguson for a recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Tillman, members of the board. We have a guest with us tonight, and I'm going to ask Ms. Price if she would please come forward. Throughout the county, we have many different civic organizations that provide for our students. And tonight I want to recognize Ms. Price, and I'm going to ask you to come over here, Ms. Price. We'll get away from that column there so we can see you. See your pretty smile on camera right here. But Ms. Price has taken a lot of her time to provide jackets for our elementary age children. Not only time, but money out of her own pocket. And with her help and Ms. Vermillion's assistance, Ms. Price donated or distributed almost 500 jackets, winter coats to our students here in the county. And tonight we have a special recognition, a resolution to recognize your generous contribution to our students. And we just want to say thank you very much for what you have done for our students. Talking with Ms. Price just a few moments ago, she's challenged other counties to take it upon themselves to do something very similar to what she has established and has done here in Scott County, and I hope they take that initiative. You know, we are very fortunate in what we have and what our own children have, but we do not know what others may experience. So Ms. Price, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I didn't do this for any kind of recognition, but when I saw the kids in Ukraine in the winter back right after Christmas last year, how cold they were, I thought the kids here are just as cold. But it doesn't take much to do this. If 10 people here tonight would bring 2 coats to every one of your meetings, this year until October, just think how many coats you could have for kids. And it doesn't take much. A hamburger will buy a coat, and a cup of coffee will buy 2 coats. So it's something I wanted to do. I started out, I'll do 50, and then that hit 100, and then that hit 150, and then 200. I got to 400, and I decided that was it. My living room floor wouldn't hold them, and but I ended up with almost 500. So, but the Goodwill and yard sales and rummage sales, church rummage sales is the best ones. You can get your coats for 20 cents almost. So it's not a hard project. And I've started this year, but I don't have very many because I wanted to let the people that need to buy coats for kids now, that want to buy the cheaper coats, to be able to get them. Because when I go to Goodwill, I get them all, whatever they've got that's small enough. And I have learned to watch for zippers and tires in coats because I'm not a very good seamstress. So, it's been a pleasure to do this, and I'm going to start again. And like you said, I have a group in Wise that has told me they are going to buy hoodies this year for their kids up there, and as a project for them. And of course, the Eastern Star, your mom and dad was in the Eastern Star, and we've got almost 5,000 in the state of Virginia. And if they just brought 2 coats, that's 10,000 coats. So it's an easy project, and it's something that the children really need, But I can remember our house burned when I was 4, and people gave us coats because it was in the winter. And so I've just enjoyed doing this, and I challenge all of you all to do it. Because I know you can. It's just a matter of doing it, But I've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you again, Ms. Price, and as the board thanks you as well. And John's doing such a good job, I'm just going to let him keep at it. Superintendent report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the board, we, each year, the Virginia School Board Association has an annual meeting. And this year was, in particular, quite special because we were recognized, Scott County, when I say we, Scott County, Mr. Templeton and Mr. Sally were awarded a plaque here, Excellence in Risk Management. And this was presented before all the other 132 school divisions in the Commonwealth, and I'm going to pass this around so that other board members can see this. In terms of claims filed with workman's comp. So our value that is looked at in order to determine how much insurance money, premiums we had to pay, the multiplier was down considerably, which means, in other words, for the division of our size, we had the lowest number of claims in workman's comp for this past year. So that's quite an honor. And I just wanted to share that with the board members that we, Scott County, were awarded Excellence in Risk Management. So congratulations. next item we had made application for the safety grant that is provided for us through efforts of the General Assembly. And I just wanted to share with you this year, Scott County was awarded $123,855 in this security grant. I just wanted to share this with you. A few months ago, I actually shared with you the application. And in the news release, you will see Scott County listed there as such. And since the beginning of this program for the school security grants, our earliest award that we had received was all the way back in 2013-14 up until this present award. We have received over $720,000 in school security grant funding since it began. So again, congratulations, Scott County, and the school security grant program.
I seen these school names afterwards. So what are we going to do with the grant money in particular?
Well, I shouldn't say this, especially when it's on the camera. But we're going to make use of it, not just at the schools mentioned, but all division-wide. So I cannot say that officially. David need to cut that thing off. But that's what we do. We will distribute it throughout the school division, not just to those that are listed there. I guess I've already let the cat out of the bag, so that's what we will do. Very proud of that.
That's supposed to be another press release, right?
I guess so.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all right. The next item we have, and I'm going to thank Mr. Mullins. He I'd asked him to originally present this, but his son had a ball game and asked if he could go to it, and I said absolutely. But each year since I've been superintendent, with the exception of, I guess, we combined last year's, didn't we, Jason, due to the pandemic, we've always provided an annual report to show the progress of Scott County throughout the year and what challenges as well as accomplishments that we go through each year. And I just wanted to share this with you. Does anyone have any particular questions in regards to this report? And I do have additional copies if someone would like to have one, especially from our audits. And this will be posted on their website as well for others to view. A few months ago, we recognized our student athletes, and I had shared with members of the Rye Cove High School girls track team. I had inadvertently recognized them as honorable mention, but in fact, they were state track meet participants this past spring. And when I went and presented them their resolution at the school, the corrected resolution, I shared that when I had the next opportunity, I wanted to correct that. Now, these young ladies, as well as many others, represented our schools in the state track and field competition this past spring. And members of the Rye Cove High School girls track 4x800 meter relay are Morgan Bledsoe, Harley Kress, Alexia Goins, Harley Mosley, and Eva Roach. Now, Morgan Bledsoe also participated in the 800 meter race as well. For the 4x100 meter relay, participants were Harley Kress, Emma Gibson, Eva Heron, Abby Lewis, and Harley Mosley. Abby Lewis also participated in the 100 meter hurdles. And also for Rye Cove Girls High School track team, Kaylee Lamb participated in the state high jump. And again, I want to apologize for the not recognizing them as they should, but wanted to make that correction. So again, congratulations to these track members as well as as well as their coaches also. We also have, and I just put this there by you, this is a separate announcement. Back during the summer, prior to the beginning of school, the Rotary, Scott County Rotary president had come to visit with me, as well as Jennifer Mead. She assisted with them. They had a essay writing contest entitled Service Above Self, and they will be having a recognition Thursday, December the 15th at 6 o'clock to recognize these Rotary Essay Contest winners. And they asked, Mr. and Miss Lane asked if I would recognize these individuals, and I told them I would. We have Madeline Perry from Gate City High School, who finished first place. She will receive $1,000 for her essay contest. We have Asia Grace Marshall, also from Gate City High School. She placed second. She will receive $700. Arabella Reed from Gate City High School placed third. She will receive $500. And then we have two honorable mention essay writers, Holly Caldwell from Twin Springs High School and Kevin Price from Gate City High School. Again, they were honorable mention, and they will be awarded $100 each for their essay. So congratulations to each of these individuals. The next item we have, and I will ask for approval. These are our amended Health Committee bylaws, and the changes that took place are under Section 3, bullet number, or numeric number 2, and also the ending paragraph there. Those were the major changes, and the reason for that was because of we had individuals selected or picked to serve on this committee, and basically they didn't come. And so the wording was changed to help keep the committee intact as it is. Does anyone have any particular questions in regards to the bylaws, the amended bylaws to our Health Insurance Committee? If not, I will ask approval of the amendments, the amended bylaws as presented.
I'll make that motion. Second. Got a motion from me, got a second from Mr. McConnell. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Also, we have our health and dental insurance rates for the upcoming calendar year. Now remember, our health plan runs a calendar year rather than the school year. Now we have seen a drastic increase in cost. And it's projected that the upcoming school year, or this calendar year, not this upcoming school year, this calendar year, we're expected a total projected increase of over $500,000. And so we did have to make some changes within the total premium cost, but these premium costs do not reflect what the employee premiums are. They will stay the same. The employer contribution has increased. Now we, over the course of this year, and with the projected additional costs, we expect about a 15% increase in total claims. Cost of everything has gone up. And one thing that the committee did not want to do, or myself, and I know you don't want to, is increase the employee share. But we did make some changes in the employer premiums to help offset these costs. Does anyone have any particular questions in regards to the premiums as presented? If not, I ask your approval of these premiums for the health and dental Now, the dental, one thing, the dental did not change whatsoever. It's still the same. If we don't have any questions in regards to the premiums for both employee and employer with the health and dental for the calendar year beginning January 2023, I ask your approval as presented.
I'll make it.
A motion from Mr. Sally. Second from Mr. McConnell. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you. The next item we did have some change in the wording of the policy IIA, which is instructional materials. Unless there's any particular questions in regards to this policy, I ask your approval as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Got a motion from me and got a second from Mr. Sally. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Also, I have provided a schedule for Christmas break and the beginning of the second semester. I had the dates and the times listed there. For the remainder of this calendar year, the school calendar year, well, yes, through December 22 and the beginning of January 2023. Unless there's any particular questions, I ask your approval of the Christmas break and second semester schedule as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Motion from Mr. Sally. Got a second from Mr. Hood. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
The next item we have is, this is a Head Start budget revision to include equipment purchase application. Again, this is a revision. I ask your, unless there's any particular questions in regards to this document, I ask your approval as presented.
Make a motion. Motion from Mr. McConnell. Got a second from Mr. Hood. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Next item we have is a Head Start carryover request application. Unless there's any particular questions in regards to this application, I ask your approval as presented.
Make a motion. Make a motion from Mr. McConnell. And a second from Mr. Hood. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
The next item we have is a Head Start financial report for October 2022. Unless there's any particular questions in regards to this document, I ask your approval as presented.
I'll make that motion.
Motion from Mr. Hood.
Second.
Second from Mr. Sally. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Next item we have is a Head Start timeline for self-assessment and program planning. And this will be for the 2022-23 school year. Unless there's any particular questions in regards to this document, I ask your approval as presented.
Motion. Motion from Mr. McConnell.
Second.
Second from Mr. Sally. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Next item we have is the Director's Report for November 2022. This is for informational purposes. Does anyone have any particular questions in regards to this report? Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. That's all that I have.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. My understanding, we need to go into closed session.
Yes, I move that we enter the closed meeting to discuss candidates for employment and the assignment and performance of Head Start personnel, teachers, coaches, nurses, and custodians as provided in section 2.2-3711A1 of the Code of Virginia as amended.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We're going to adjourn for a while. Thank you all.